Hello everybody and welcome back to Pravus Gaming and more Hearts of Iron for Equestria at War, playing as the Changelings. We are indisputably commanding this particular continent. Most of the ponies have been eliminated, but we're not done yet. Not by half. Well, more than half. But we're not done. Not until every pony is subjugated and or dead. So that means we have at least the Commonwealth of Maryland and the River Republic that we have to take out. I don't really care about the Griffins, but I'll gladly eat them all in the process. This is completely fine with me. I would like to find a way to kill United Dragon Isles. I haven't really looked to see if there are comments on how best to deal with them. I kind of figured we'd be able to get in there, but for some reason, no. I've been told that there's no point in taking them. They don't have anything useful, like, at all. It's mostly just, like, the principle of the thing. I want to eat the lands. That's all I want in life. Anyway. I did spend some time in between videos working on a lot of different construction projects, tons more infrastructure, mainly wherever I think I can get a lot of extra resources. So, for example, down over here, where you already have a pretty good amount of tungsten, steel, and stuff, you can get a great extra bunch of resources right here. I mean, that's like going to save me an entire civilian factory and then some just from building enough infrastructure, and that's pretty quick to build. Then you have things down here where we can, like, double up how much tungsten and steel we have, like an extra 64 over the course of 10 levels of infrastructure and so on. Lots more crystal, lots more everything. Basically, we can become super-duper self-sufficient. I think in the past I may have underestimated how valuable infrastructure can be. In between wars, or even during wars if you have no idea what to do. Just because you get so many more resources to work with, that's not bad. Alright, terms of research, what should we work on? Do we want to work on the improved magical weapons? I guess I could start building up some magical divisions if I wanted to. Marines, they're an option. Better mechanized. You know, 73 days is not a very long time. We should probably do that. Or is there any other industry that I really want first, though? Don't necessarily think so. We probably should work on atomic research, though, now that I think about it. Let's see, we're also not far on this. Let's go ahead and work on the Colossus series for the extra 6%. Then we'll work on atomic research, and then I'll work on other things for our production. I do think that we want to ramp up production in a few different types of equipment. So since we lost almost our entire navy while fighting Equestria, it's going to take a long time to rebuild with any capital ships. And apparently I'm just terrible at the naval game anyway. I cannot figure it out. I thought I knew what I was doing, and I was apparently wrong. What we could do instead is say, screw it, we're going to build tons of heavy fighters and naval bombers. And that's how we'll control the sea zones, or at least our coasts. That's an option. Enough to at least get us over to the Kingdom of Vidina and get a good foothold here in the continent. Unfortunately, you are a part of the Entente, so there's a large faction going on over here. That's a pretty large faction. Okay. I mean, I think I could probably still beat them all, but even so. How long until I can kill the Commonwealth of New Maryland? Good question. Let's see. They are apparently justifying... No, Wingbardy's about to kill them. Conquer Celestia? Celestia's gone. I already ate her. You got a bunch of volunteers, but no other defense. I cannot justify a war goal because we spent up all of our political power. Yeah, that would be a problem. All right, well, ignore that for the time being. Streamlined line is done. Apparently, I need a lot more steel, and there's not that much left available in the game, but all the infrastructure should eventually get me there. So that's fine. Let's see, we don't need any of your aluminum. Let's go ahead and get started working on the atomic research. I would love nothing better than to use super nukes. Giant crystal nukes. It just seems fun to me. Everything else here looks okay. As far as air, So naval bombers, yeah. Heavy fighters, it's an option. I guess we could do more bombers and stuff. I can't remember, is it strategic bombers or tactical bombers that are the good ones? Strategic bombing, 30. Pretty long range. Air superiority, blah, 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 naval attack. I don't care about that. Air attack, 14. As opposed to you, strategic bombers have significantly better strategic bombing and air attack value. So what are these good at? It looks like these are only good at a little bit of air superiority, which I don't necessarily think I care about. Ground attack plus 12 is okay. I suppose that's the advantage of the tactical bomber. The tactical bomber is actually pretty decent for close air support, and since I haven't researched any of that, that works for me. I guess that's okay for now. We won't worry about it. We could go for some new ship variants, maybe. New artillery, we could go for an upgrade here, maybe. Tanks, I kind of would like to go for some extra tanks. Let's go ahead and research Let's research an upgrade to the Panzers. We're going to want to have the best possible medium tanks, and even if it is ahead of time with that 100% research bonus, we should be able to get this well before any of our opponents, and we can convert that into self-propelled artillery, or something along those lines, and use that very effectively against our enemies. I am also building some extra infrastructure and such up in the Northern Protectorate, so we can eventually reduce their autonomy, because right now, they are a satellite. It does appear that this is slowly going down. We are... Well, they contributed a lot to the war score, yes. But we are building a lot of stuff, and Did we stop lend-leasing to you? Hang on. Modify lend-lease. What do I have a lot of that I don't care about? Besides guns. I have a lot of light tanks, surprisingly. I suppose we could lend them more stuff. I don't care about death guns. Tell you what, you can have all the death guns. Doesn't look like this actually does much of anything. Alright, never mind. That doesn't gain us anything. Fine. We'll just slowly build it down just by simply developing the polar bear's territory. It's fine. Cruiser upgrade. Alright. Support companies. We could go for something new. Signal companies are not that bad. Military police, pass on that for now. Let's go ahead and upgrade our mechanized. It's only going to take 70-some days. It's pretty easy. Basically, we have a very brief time period for us to take a quick breather, start building up our army in ways that we like, but with bigger templates, better, more modern templates, and also get the infrastructure we need to support a massive war campaign conquering the Griffin continent, if at all possible. Let's see. Protectorates of a bunch of people. I would lose political power to do this. What would happen? So, Protectorate Manhattan. Hang on. Effects when selected. State becomes a core of Republic of Eastern Equestria. I could release satellite states. I don't see a good reason to do that. I mean, I guess I would get... Sure, they contribute their pony power more effectively, but... I want the factories at this point. I think we're going to be fine. Anything else? Magical weapons for special forces. Special forces will require magical infantry equipment instead of infantry equipment. That's interesting. So our infiltrator divisions and Jaegers become magical? Huh. That's interesting. I assume that makes them slightly better. Of course, the reliability goes down, so is that really a benefit? Hard to say. Crystal City is done. All right, which one was that? Ah, there it is. This one right here. Okay. So now we get some extra building slots for Crystal City. Then we can go to Canterlot. We can go to Invasion of Griffonia. I don't see a point in doing that right now. Pony Workers Resettlement. I lose some pony power, yes, but I get better construction speed. And it doesn't look like I actually lose any pony power itself. It's just a matter of non-core. So that's okay. Alternatively, we can start working on extra infrastructure for the bears, so we can work toward annexing them and get the research bonus for the nuclear tech. For the time being, let's go for the pony power resettlement. We're going to resettle them to all the hives and put them into forced labor camps. Or something like that, I don't know. Build up our construction speed and use that to start ramping up our infrastructure and so on a little bit more effectively. Let's see. We're a bit ahead of time on all this. Could go for some resource gain efficiency. Could go for the fuel silos. Yes, those are all options. Better Jaegers. Magical infantry. All mechanical battalions have better speed, and airplanes have agility. All artillery has better soft attack. We have better ground support. Like, there are a few good options over here. Few good options. And that monthly population could add up, but I'm not hurting for pony power. Let's go ahead and research an upgrade for the guns. Again, I just kind of want to increase our production capabilities. Whatever's more modern, just so I can, build up that efficiency gain a little faster. Stop producing the old crap. Let's start producing the good new crap. That'll be fine. Now, something I just learned recently, by the way. I'm going to go through and just disband all of our wings here. But something I recently learned, and I've been playing this for a while now. Medium bombers and other close air support stuff, apparently there's a way to change what they bomb. Right? Wait, this is set to close air support. Forget that for a second. Strategic bombing. Yeah, okay, strategic bombing priorities. This little button here that I've literally never clicked on. So one of the reasons I don't do a lot of strategic bombing in this game is because I'm always worried about bombing the wrong thing, right? If I bomb the infrastructure of the enemy at a time when I'm trying to push, That does hurt their supply chain to make it easier to break through, but it also prevents me from moving too much further forward because I don't have enough supply. So I've often held off on this, but I can specifically say, don't target things like the infrastructure. Target the air bases, right? Use that to knock them out. Or I assume, by the way, that selecting it chooses what happens. So take out the anti-air guns, take out the forts, take out their radar. Those are all things worth doing because it gives me better air support. Oh, I don't know. Infantry weapons for the Jaegers. We got it whether I like it or not. Magical weapons for infiltrator companies. Zikora's resistance. Kill them What happened? Political power goes down. Message from Zikora's resistance. War. Who the crud are you? Who do you think you are? In the castle of two sisters?
Angetreten.
Okay, angetreten indeed. We're gonna go freaking kill you. Kill them fast. What do you have? Who the heck are you? Zikora's resistance with practically nothing. Are we just gonna have a bunch of freaking rebellions now? Is that a thing? Is that what's gonna happen to me? Alright, we're just gonna use overwhelming firepower. Go. Go. Get in position. Quickly. Before they eat up too much. They're getting cancer lot and stuff, because we literally had nothing sitting around Ponyville. Oh, there's Ponyville. Oh, there's the one from the series, isn't it? As opposed to... Where is it? Crystal City? Ponytown. Sorry. You'll forgive me for mistaking which one was a Hoich. Alright, we got the extra pulse carbine done. That's easy enough. More heart attack and piercing's not a bad idea. But again, I want to focus mostly on production. I probably should go for an upgrade for my light tanks. Since we do use those, let's use the best possible version, and we do have an ahead-of-time bonus, so it shouldn't take too outrageously long. And have you guys say, screw it, just push. I don't think they have enough troops to be much of a threat. So just go. Wherever you see an opportunity, just go. Mechanized can get upgraded. Awesome. Magical weapons. I'm assuming I still cannot... create variants. Yeah, that's not an option. All right, mechanized. You also cannot have a variant. I'm just double-checking some of these things. Let's produce a bunch of those. All right, everyone go to the Castle of Two Sisters. Just overwhelm them with sheer numbers. Ba-boom. And they're gone. Pony workers have been resettled and enslaved. Awesome. I will take these castle and the ever-free forest. It's not free now, is it? All right, so we can say goodbye to that resistance. We don't care about that none. All right, should we start working on the polar bears? Probably. Let's go ahead and work on polar resources. We have to do both of those before we annex them so I can work on the nuclear tech. So that seems fine enough. Everyone else just sort of sit back and have fun. Pony forced labor has been removed because its prerequisites are gone, apparently. Really? Well, that just seems downright disappointing. Crystal City Laboratories, Changeling Science, Changeling Cities, School of War, Queen's Tower, Nation divided. Why do we lose another 150 political power? We don't seem to produce a lot of this anymore now, do we? Rather sucks, I would say. Okay, well... should we start working on some upgraded planes? Maybe some better ships? We should work on at least a few better ships, like some better subs or something. We still don't have... do we not even... no, we do have battleships. Heavy ships. Could start working on some better capital ships, and that's not the worst idea in the world. Do I want to work on upgraded destroyers? Those are kind of important. I do tend to use a lot of them. Let's take a look at this real quick. So surface detection is 20. Surface visibility. These have the same speed. They have more HP. They use the same amount of fuel. Detection is 30. Okay, so we have better sub-detection with the destroyers. That's good. It's a slight improvement, but it's not massive, truth be told. We never even upgraded any of these guns. You know, I probably will need... I'm just going to do this now. Before I forget, let's go ahead and work on the landing craft, because if I want to do a naval invasion, not only will I need some better ships, but I'm going to be able to send a lot more troops than this. I want to get to New Manhattan. Who are these guys? The Duchy of Toulouse. So which pact is winning? It looks to me like the Reichspacht is going to die to the Entente. And the River Coalition. How many troops do you have? 11? 3? 2? Griffonian Republic has a lot. That's about it, though. Like, if I wanted to fabricate on you... Ugh. But I'm so hamstrung by political power. I wonder if that's deliberately built into the mod, now that I think about it. I wonder if they deliberately programmed it in such a way that once the Changelings take over the entire continent, there has to be a certain amount of breathing space for the Griffins before I get to move on to the next stage. Because we have so little political power. Unless you knew it was coming and deliberately held out and got a lot more. That would be clever. I wouldn't like it, but it would be clever. Look how many production lines we have. This is great. The Dark Crusade. Ooh, I like that title. On the Arcturian Order. The cold north of Griffonia, speaking the shambling undead and vile necromancers. How entertaining, but it's none of our concern. The Dark Crusade, the Dread League. Who are you? Ooh, it's a necrotic zombie pony. Or unicorn. With 127 units. Mage Hold. Ooh. Ooh. It's necromantic unicorns. Okay. I'm a little more excited about that than I probably should be. But it seems entertaining. I'm not going to lie. I'm enjoying this mod. I really am. I mean, forget the masculinity of like, oh, it's a good mod. It's well put together. I like it. I'm impressed by it. And freaking My Little Pony, even if it is for little girls, it's so dang cute. I mean, at some point, you just gotta accept it. It's so dang cute. All right, let's see. So you are my attack general. We could give you better attack against forts. Could also make you a winter expert. If you go to the cold north, that actually could be kind of helpful. I wouldn't mind having the extra attack against forts to make you more effective in the future since you do have tanks. On the other hand, equipment capture gain, we don't need equipment. We got plenty of production. I think that's fine. Let's see. Siege artillery. We don't have a ton of artillery, though. I'm going to do it anyway for the extra attack value against forts. Even if these are mostly tanks, this is probably better against heavy artillery-based divisions. Like you. Same thing here. Alright, you will apparently get nothing. No. Anything defensive I can use for you? Yes. Infantry leader for extra entrenchment. That's actually very helpful. We'll pick that up. Shoot her is what it sounds like he's saying. I don't think it is, but... Do you have another trait? No, you don't. You have a trait. Panzer Experts Defense. Armor? And you don't have any motorized, so this doesn't do me any good. Alright, forget that. It's worth the attempt. Right, I was going to disband all my wings, wasn't I? There's not a whole lot of points in holding on to your wings. Once you're done with the war, it's often better just to go ahead and move them around as needed. Is that actually true? Wait a minute, I just thought about something. Is that actually true? Do you lose all the experience on your wings, or do the pilots somehow secretly retain it? Maybe it's not worth doing that. I've always been told you can just ignore it, but maybe someone's been lying to me. I don't think it's gonna matter, all things considered, but, I mean, I'll feel really stupid if it turns out I'm wrong. It's almost time to work towards some new artillery. We're already doing fine on both of our tanks. I could go for things like motorized rocket artillery. We could go ahead of time on mechanized, but that'll take 298 days. I do have a few things I need to kind of focus on. Let's start working on upgrades to battleships, because I do think that capital ships are pretty strong still. I'm going to try to build up something that matters. Do you have any allies? You do. You're a part of the Entente too, aren't you? You're a puppet, actually. Speaking of puppets, how we doing on puppets? Okay, they're looking like they're starting to lose a lot of their protectorates. So the Dread League just ate some land. The Necromancer Council, Rosa Maledicta, the Queen of Bones. Oh, that's an awesome title. Let's go for the infrastructure for the polar bears. Are we going to annex you directly? I think we just reduce your autonomy to commissariat. Because right now you're a protectorate. But again, I need a lot more political power to make that work, so... If we could stop working, I guess, on national focuses, that would certainly help. We have even less steel somehow. Not really sure how that's even possible. Give me all your freaking steel. Diamond Mountain, you're holding out on me. For one factory, I can get more value. Gimme. Kingdom of Wingbardy, gimme. I need all your steel. We're not producing enough. How's my infrastructure doing? We should be producing quite a bit more. Okay, like something like down here is done, for example. So we got 120 crystal out of one province. That's not bad. 40 steel here. 104. Like, this is one of the places I wanted to focus on. Stalingrad. Lots of resources to be had. We could build here, I guess. There's a little bit more steel to be had. You want to find places with a really high base of resources because you end up getting a lot more value for every infrastructure built. For example, 37 oil here translates into 4 for every infrastructure level, or maybe 3.5, which isn't bad. 17 down here, for example, is okay-ish, but doesn't get you a ton. As opposed to this, which does get you 22 here. Alright. Build up over here, I guess. Man, I need so many more resources if we're going to make this all work. I got a really hungry war machine that I need to fill up. It's a hungry boy. Big growing hungry boy. There's a pair of to be had over here. Plenty over here. Look at that. There we go. That's what you're talking about. A lot more oil and stuff available to me as well if I need more fuel, so let's keep that in mind. Also this. That's pretty solid. Okay, so let's focus on getting you guys up a little bit for more steel. We're going to need a lot more. I mean, 500 factories is a little difficult to supply. There comes a point, even in the base game of Hearts of Iron 4, where there literally aren't enough supplies to continue feeding your army. Alright, we are going to go for an upgraded version of the submarine. I would love to get a snorkel. Less visibility for submarines makes them a heck of a lot better. Still May of 1015. I just don't have enough political power to even justify war goals. So even if I wanted to go kill people, it's just not an option. The Reichspakt appears to still be slowly dying. The Griffonian Republic alone could probably handle most of this, but you're fighting the ponies at the same time. Infrastructure improvements for the bears. Oh, I thought we had to annex these guys. It's still got to be a subject and this works. Oh, okay. Well, let's go ahead and get the bonus for thermonuclear. Do I want to wait on that? Wait. I may want to wait on that. Hang on. Because we're not ahead of time on this. But then I can get the nuclear reactors working sooner. I would get more value. Well, this is still ahead of time, though. I don't know if it matters that much. That's okay. Could go for some extra focuses down over here. I'll hold off on that a little bit. Death or Dishonor, base war supports, recruitable population, training time. That's certainly nice. Cancer lots. Stability goes up, which I don't need. Political power gain. Let's go ahead and grab the political power gain. I'm not worried about the nukes right now. I can't use them for now anyway. Yeah, see, we're gradually chipping away our hunger for steel. What I probably should be doing is trying to export as many of these spare resources as possible, but I'm exporting 700 steel? Jeez, man. That export focus. Alright, so the Kingdom of Wingbardy is attempting to attack these folks. I don't need much political power for this now, do I? I need like 1 more. Panzer 3, done. Sweet. Justify war goal. Okay, I don't know if I can get to these guys fast enough, but they're already distracted. So what I need to do with my offensive divisions... Let's say going from... What's the fastest route, do we think? Probably going through these 4 sea zones if possible. So we'll go from here up to, let's say, here outside of Sunset. If we can make that work and send all 24 of my tank divisions, that would be awesome. I don't know if we can pull that off. Fortunately, we already happen to be researching the... increased transport pods, so that actually makes it a bit more effective. So we can have all 24 divisions going here. I don't remember. What's the maximum that you get from that? Transports? 40. We can have 40. All right, so I can send another army. We'll probably send some infantry-based divisions. Do a naval invasion from, let's say, the same sea tile, and we'll land up over here if at all possible. Wait, that goes to another sea zone. No, I don't like that. If we land up over here, that might be a good foothold at the very least. All right. I don't think they can assign everybody there, but they can assign at least a few. I can't see how many, unfortunately, because the lines are crossing. They cross the beams. They cross the beams, everybody! All right, we have an upgrade to our heavy ships. Great. We can do this for even more capacity, and we're going to do it. Just in case we end up needing it. Just in case. All right, so these guys should all be heading down this direction. Okay, so the real question now becomes, how am I going to do a patrol? So like you guys, for example. I need all of you to be doing patrols through these regions if possible. Yeah, and these convoy escorts shouldn't be doing that. You should be doing patrols as well, if possible. So we can control both of these easily. I might need to split this fleet. Let's split it in half and let them work on that. All right, so if they can get up over here and we can have enough naval superiority and information as to what's going on up here, maybe we can make something work. The Fall of Sunsets in New Maryland. We may not get that long now that I think about it. What if we wanted to kill you? You got 93 troops. You do have a couple of allies. These guys, it looks like? Or these guys? No, these three. Who I don't think have much, and you don't even have a leader. 17, 18. Getting a foothold against the Kingdom of Wingbardy might be tough. The Longswordian Griffinet apparently has capitulated. All right. So we should be able to justify a war goal soon, but I don't think they're going to last that long. I think they've immediately died. They've got very little troops. All right, so that's not going to work out. Unless we can get to this island and you can't. I mean, that's also an option, but I think once you get to New Manhattan, they're just going to capitulate. Boo, I was kind of hoping to take out the ponies myself, but it looks like the Griffins are going to get to do that. They get the honor. Alrighty, as far as the naval game, we could work on an upgrade for our destroyers and our cruisers and stuff now. Some people have said, by the way, that, at least in the base game of Hearts of Iron, I don't know about the ponies, sticking with, like, the original version, or maybe, like, one upgrade for destroyers is better, and just in terms of, like, production. Let us start working on things like... Start working on another upgrade for our fighters. I would rather be able to do only a few things really well, if possible. Alright, so what do we have that's out of production? Ah, right, the light tanks. Do I want to upgrade the light tank 4s with a new variant? By default, these guys have how much armor? Let's find out. You got 45, piercing value of 70. Okay, let's do a quick check on, like, some basic infantry. Currently a piercing value of 18.3. I think they have enough armor that they're actually in a pretty good spot. I could save my army experience for the mediums, and I think I will. So let's just go for light tank level 4. We're going to start upgrading all of those. Producing some really great numbers of fighters. I love that. Oh, okay. Looks like the Griffins landed down over here somehow. Justification is done. All right. We'll go ahead and declare the war. He doesn't have any allies anyway. Might as well. You don't get to execute for, like, a while longer, though, and it looks like the war just ended, so I got nothing. He took literally everything. All right, so that didn't exactly work. The Kingdom of Wingbardy appears to have grown a bit larger and in charger. 112 units, huh? What do we think would be easier, killing the Entente or killing Wingbardy? I'm honestly thinking killing the Entente is about maybe easier. Your allies aren't too strong. On the other hand, the Entente is distracted in a war of their own already. Rubber autarky? Okay. Maybe it would be better to attack the Entente and just get a foothold up there. That could be. So what I want to do then is try taking your front line and editing it. It's like, I don't want to go there. I want to go, let's say, up over here. And can I change your departure point? Yep. So if you go from here, for example, over to, let's say, here in Skyrim, that's a pretty easy hop, skip, and a jump from me. And then for purple, I'll do the same thing. Take that away. Send you up here to Wither. And we'll do a little maneuver so we can quickly grab Skyrim and their ports. Seems reasonable enough, I think. We need to have some garrison orders with our troops. Get them nearby. So let's set these guys up over here, for example. Let's set you guys up over here. You spread them out so they don't eat too much supply. Okay. We want to have some defensive armies nearby as well. Do something like this along the coast where I think we'll have plenty of supply. Let's just get them all in position for now. We might need to defend ourselves against some naval invasions in the future, but for the moment, we're all right. And I don't think you guys lose... You did, unfortunately. You lose all of your invasion time. So there's no point in justifying a war goal against them and tipping our hand until we're actually about ready to time this for a naval invasion the second we declare war. Oh, well. It would have been nice if that had worked, but, you know, can't always get what you want. I'm going to tell you guys to stop what you're doing and head over here. I'm going to tell you guys to stop what you're doing and head over here. We're going to want to reorganize our Navy at least a little bit. We do have some submarine upgrades. That's awesome. I probably should go ahead and research the snorkel and just make them better. Because the whole point of submarines is you don't detect them. If they get detected, well then, what's the point of having a sub? And by the way, what are we producing right now? We should be producing only a little bit more of these guys. I need to kind of reorganize what we're even producing in the first place. So once you're done with these, which we don't even have enough steel for, stop. In fact, you can actually go ahead and cancel. You can cancel too. We haven't really done anything with you. We need so much more freaking steel. Is anyone else willing to trade with me? Actually, wait. We actually, if we're not producing ships, do have enough. Well, what do you know? The Protectorate's not doing me a lot of good. Can I demote you? It would help if I hit the right button. Almost. We need to reduce it a little bit more. Are we still producing anything over here? We need to produce more infrastructure, unfortunately. Okay. Well, we'll finish them up soon enough. Thank you all for watching. I hope you enjoyed. If so, then I would ask you to hit that like button, leave a comment, and subscribe, and I will see you guys next time.